iCarly time, as it's been done before. Hi, y'all. This is Records of the Realms. This is the Light Arc. These are a couple of the Radiant Babes. We are here to do session 14.5 or session 14 tilde, according to Rach. Basically, since we had a separation of characters and people who could play on Sunday, we're gonna have these two make up for lost time now, so that way, come next Sunday, everyone can just be together again, kind of. Hopefully, we'll see. I appreciate that you both went at the same time. Pair of gays. Anyways, quick intros before we get started. We don't have any of our stuff on this specific screen because the other screen's a mess right now. Hi, I am wow. I am Vincent, or Vander.Vision. I do cosplay photography and videography, and I deal with this stuff on a regular basis. Rachel, if you'd like to go next.
Wow, now we're talking about what we do in real life? Hi, my name's Rachel. I play Temerity Serechor, who is our Tiefling Warlock of the Fae. And I am a rehabilitation specialist for a mental health network in real life. So if you need therapy...
You didn't have to go that real in life, but you can if you want, I guess.
All right. I'm Nova. I'm Locomania22 in chat and on various social media. I play our barbarian wizard, Asunar Keyrel. She is a half-orc drow. And I work with weed.
Y'all are getting way more personal. My shit at least is dorky and nerdy and relates to this stuff. I guess weed kind of does. I guess mental health also kind of does.
D&D is mad mental health. I don't know what you're talking about.
It is my therapy, which is not a healthy thing, but that's fine. We're not going to talk
Here's
about
what it's called: dissociation.
That's also a fun time too. Anyways, we're gonna pick off basically right where we left off, and we're gonna go in order, however long it takes to get people basically back in their own spots near where the others left off. We're assuming about an hour each. We'll see how short or longer it goes. We're gonna start with Temerity, but in this particular moment, the narrative does end a little more on Asunar, as Asunar begins walking out the door after Kusana, the love domain cleric who is in charge of the Brazen Ballroom, announces that the next couple coming in to check out the wedding hall would be Asunar's best friend, or childhood best friend, and a bitter rival from the Gladiator games. Asunar walked out the door. Temerity, you turn your head to watch Asunar just randomly leaving mid this conversation. And as that happens, your eyes roll in the back of your head and you pass out.
Oh, not again.
The nice thing that happened during this is that Cinn caught you. So the nice thing about it is the other.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Cinn just grabbed your hand, stops you from falling down a set of stairs. It was about to get real ugly. It would have been real funny.
Oh,
damn. But yeah, you immediately just go blank, but it feels like a blink to you. When you open your eyes again, you see the brazen ballroom around you again.
Oh, fuck. No, here we go.
But in the ballroom, it's hard to see exact. It feels a little 2D, the way you're looking around at everything. But after just adjusting and moving your head a little bit and beginning to look around, you can see the world around you is made out of stars. Seeing everything in constellation patterns. So you look down and you see the staircase as stars. You look out into the endless void of a window, and you can see the window has a shimmer that's like stars. You can't see beyond there. And even in this moment where you got caught and blink and wake up, you're not in your body, which currently you see a constellation form of Cinn trying to carry the constellation form of your body. But you look at your own hand real quick, and it seems like ethereal, more solid than the celestial forms that you're seeing around you, but still ethereal nonetheless.
Oh boy, have I experienced something like this ever before?
Probably not, unless you want to say this is something that happened before. Well, I'm about to lead into something, and you can choose whether or not this has happened before. You eventually feel a tap on your shoulder. It says, "I was bored, and I thought I'd come visit." And you see Vivian standing there, also in an ethereal form. Her dress is made out of starlight constellations as well, but the rest of her is in a similar translucent state. And she explains, "I thought, you weren't doing anything today, so I figured we could check out Wishfall in my way." So whether or not you want to say that she's brought you into like this weird transient state before or not is up to you.
Okay. Um, maybe like a couple of times. It's not a normal thing,
Hmm.
and definitely not since we've been here. But like as soon as I turn around and see her, I'll like pick her up and spin her around and be like, "Oh, I missed you so much."
I know you did, and that's why I thought we would have a good day together. And I know I don't normally get to go hang out outside with people, but this lets us hang out in the city without having to hang out with everybody else.
You know, I would rather spend all of my time with you if I could.
Well, you're going to, for now. They're gonna, I'm sure they'll be good to your body, right? You trust these people with your body, right?
Sure.
Okay, you guys, as you just see Sin along with Ethel, was just walking off with your fully collapsed body.
Sin's a nice guy.
It's
He'll take
probably
care of my body.
it's probably fine. Yeah, it's probably fine. Um, so anywhere in the city that you haven't gone yet that you want to try going? Do we want to cut a rug? I heard you talking to Kusana about this place.
Oh, actually, it's amazing that you've come right at this time. I was curious. I understand that, of course, we are together. Um, but we've never really had like an official ceremony or anything like that. And I thought that this would be a beautiful place. It's in the sky, near the stars, like you like. We could look into. I was talking to Kusana about different sorts of themes that would work really well, like like an angelic theme or something like that. What do you think?
I mean, an angelic theme fits you very well, and if we're gonna go with a star celestial theme, I would enjoy that too. I liked what I did, and she like just was around at her little like weird planar looking place right now, and but yeah, we could do something official here. Can it be a small thing though? Does it have to be a big thing, or can it be a small?
Well, well, most of the things that I do aren't small. If it is what you would prefer, I'm sure that we could come to a compromise.
Well, how big do you want it? She says with like a raised eyebrow.
I missed the first part. It didn't catch
Well,
in the
how
mic.
big do you want it?
Hmm. Well, obviously, I don't want to infringe on your comfort zone, but I think it's certainly important to have, you know, my family, perhaps your family, if you have that sort of relationship with them, my friends, of course, my coworkers, perhaps some high-ranking members of Parliament in Wishfall, um, and then just a couple interesting folks that I've met around town, but not really anyone further than that. And I'm sure half my siblings wouldn't even be interested in coming anyway.
It's fine
They're
with
so
me.
full of themselves.
She gives you a little kiss on the cheek. He says, "That's fine. It's probably a quality that you have a little bit of." And she like hip checks
Me?
you lightly.
Never.
But yeah, okay. I won't have as many people, so yeah. If you're bringing mainly your people, we can do that.
Shouldn't be
Here.
crazy.
So angel theme. What are we thinking? She's just like looking around the room.
Hmm. Well, I could certainly look into any sort of like a connection, right, between the heavens and the stars. Something that's sort of like a marriage of those two themes, because it is sort of like our two aesthetics coming together. Um, I would have to think about it. Of course, I only just had this conversation with that person moments ago.
Okay. We don't have to worry about it. Come on. And she just starts like pulling you along and to bring you out into the city proper.
Okay, let's go. Let's
Okay.
go.
You guys, I don't know if you can see the map that's currently up, but you guys are over on the eastern part of the city at the Brazen Ballroom. She drags you out into basically the main area of the city with an archway not too far away. Everything that you're seeing here, including people who are still rocking around, if at like a slightly slower pace, are all like moving constellations. It's a little trippy because it's like if you're just watching like two constellations are just talking to each other while like you're looking at a whole plane made of the like flat stars. It's a little weird, but like you get your bearings after a few moments of recognizing what buildings are versus what living creatures are, and seeing how things are moving around. And she just like gestures out at it. Up here, down there, over there. Points to like the sky orb. Where you want to go? Which one?
um, Over there. I don't really have a preference. Can I roll for it?
Sure. Roll be
Roll for
a
direction.
D20 and a D8.
You bet.
Love it if you get a 19 and just end up at the Jewel Chalice. It'd make me laugh really hard.
2, 5, 7.
7 total. Ashen Agriculture. It's so funny. That's literally where the other guys went. uh, you point over to an area called the Garden of Graces, which is basically just like a very beauteous garden that a slut and a gentleman. Okay, thank you. That. Sorry, I just read that.
I need a T-shirt of it, and it's like a mock like wedding day T-shirt that you give to like your wedding
True, I
party.
had to say it.
Yeah, and it's like the two rings, and it's like the slut and the gentleman.
that's that's kind of great. I won't lie. But yeah, you pick like a random direction and point over down a short few blocks away. There is a path that leads to a place called the Garden of Graces, where a lot of people, unlike the Commons, which is very like clear cut with like we keep the lawn at this height, we have hedges made this way to help lead people across paths. The Garden of Graces is kind of like a freeform area, so people using druidic magic can like shape trees into like sitting areas for people to gather and hang out. People who maybe less fortunate have homes or tents or like tiny huts that like pop up around here. There's plenty of space, so it's easy to find like a secluded spot under a tree, like a nice hanging vine tree, or you're able to be over near like one of the small little ponds and hang out. So it's a very beautiful location. During this time in particular, as you guys go over there, again, you have this very weird constellation view of everything, um, and you're seeing them beginning to set up what you assume is for the fair, which is the first of the two discovery days things. So you people see people setting up stages. There's like a room where people are meeting, and there's a lot of just like little knickknacks and stuff being placed about. Sorry, I apparently have the hiccups or something, which is very unfortunate when you're talking for long periods of time. Um, but yeah, it's a beautiful little garden. Not little, very big garden area. Um, she immediately starts stepping on like the boughs of trees and like start climbing up them to get like higher views. Which surprisingly, with her small figure in whatever space you guys seem to be in, she's able to move through it with very, very capable ease.
Can I cast spells?
You can try.
I want to try to cast a spell.
Okay. Roll me a spell attack and then tell me what spell you're casting.
Eldritch Blast!
Yeah. We need fireworks.
No, to kill. Lethal Eldritch Blast.
We love that.
That'd be a twist. I'm sure Mel would love that.
What a
Alright.
twist.
Let me pull up my spell sheet. You said an attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
So nat 1 or a nat 20?
It was a nat 1. I don't laugh when I get a 1. Or when I get a 20, rather.
What's the total, just out of curiosity?
9.
Okay. What are you casting?
I wanted to cast Fly.
So you go ahead and cast Fly, and you start getting tugged up by your shoes. So it works. It's just a weird sensation as your shoes are now flying shoes.
That's like a wild core workout.
You're
trying to stay upright.
Yeah, you're just trying to keep the balance the whole time. It's working. It's difficult, but it's working.
I'm gonna try really hard to be suave and cool about it.
Of course.
I don't want to look like a goober.
With your proficiency in performance and deception stuff, I'm sure you're not having any issues with that. It's just very funny. But yeah, she gets not super high in a tree, but a good 20 feet up, which is pretty solid with how tall some of the trees are in here. And you slowly begin floating up, and as gracefully as you can land your flying shoes. And she's out just looking over. Roll me a perception check while you're up here.
Damn. 4.
Hell yeah.
I'm so distracted by her beauty.
Yeah, not you falling over. It's definitely the beauty. It's fine. She grasps your hand and brings you close as you guys sit on what you would assume in the in your normal state. You would not be able to sit on this far end of a branch. Right now, it seems like you're doing fine. It feels, for a moment, a little precarious, but you guys settle in and can look over the city, or not the city, this corner of the city, and over the park itself as things are hustling and bustling at a slow pace to get things ready for there.
Okay.
One weird thing, that's probably not incredibly weird. You're not seeing the full details. You do notice that there is a vulture creature flying around that lands on a building, goes and lands on one of the fair stalls that are being put up. It's a little weird itself, but it's not incredibly. Birds exist, so it's not real weird.
It's probably a druid.
Just a druid doing druid things.
Can I tell you about these necromantic druids that one of my party members has been researching? It's quite interesting.
A necromantic druid. That sounds.
Or an evil druid. I don't know. She was going on and on about it. I really, she loses me at a certain point. She's a beautiful creature, and of course it's really easy to pay attention to her, but at a certain point she just goes and goes and goes, and it just loses me.
I hope Mel is here for the amazing roasting that she's getting right now. She just nods her head and it's like, yeah, I get that. I am curious about this though. That sounds fascinating. What are they doing? Why are they here? I don't care. But I tell me the story of what you know. But if I zone out, at least you understand why.
My thoughts exactly, my dear. And I'll relay some information, but once I see that she's kind of zoning out, I feel like you do the thing where you're like, at first you're like, and then you start.
The eyes start looking in directions, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, once the eyes start like drifting on other things too long, you're like, oh, okay, I've lost you now. You get her attention for a bit when you're like, this thing's like carving giant holes in people, and like some of it, like it's so like jarring that like her attention is rapt. But like once you start like going on about like all the like different like detective details that you guys aren't even sure about yet, she's like, oh, this got boring. Okay. First part sounded interesting. It sounded very my brain just had a whole fart. It sounds like a very interesting story, but it was, you guys haven't finished any of the pieces yet. So when more stuff happens, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. More importantly, how are you? How are you doing? Are you happy?
I'm doing great right now. Collecting a bunch of little things, finding my little constellations and stars all over the place. She like leans into you a little bit. It's been fun up here. I'm enjoying it so far. I think I do want to stay a while. I'm glad you found a place that you like, because I think staying up here is a good time.
Awesome. Or wonderful that they don't say awesome in fantasy world.
Stellar.
Wow, that's radical.
Totally tubular. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that you were enjoying your time.
Why were you getting these things out of curiosity? And you watch as like it's still in like a like constellation form, but a little golden key with a sun on it like appears in between her fingers that she pulls out. Why were you collecting these things? Were you going to give it to me, or were you keeping it for yourself?
Is this the one that was missing?
Yes.
You little rascal. I was wondering where that was going. Don't you remember we had that one night where I was showing you all the things that I found, but then we got a little distracted.
Yeah, and I liked this one, and I thought you were going to give it to me, but now I'm going to keep it. So I took it myself. Fine.
Well, I'm happy that you have it if you want it.
And she just like gives you a kiss on the cheek, anyways. Just like, yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm happy to receive credit for things that I hadn't had yet a chance to do.
Sure. I'll give you credit for the other one too, and you watch like her hand appear, and like this little silver gear with the word lunar written on it appears, and then she like closes her hand around it and brings that close to herself too.
Was that mine or was that Connie's?
That was Ethel's.
Ethel's, okay. Got it. Well, what's mine is yours, and what's my friend's is yours too.
They're very good sharers. They find all sorts of weird things too. It's very fun. I've seen some of what you guys have been doing, and when you guys were down below in that area, also when you guys were finding this, but when you guys were down there, oh, we're sleuthy, and it was so cute watching you guys like trying to debate getting pets or not and stuff like that.
They were so cute. It was difficult to resist, but obviously I have Hex from you, and what else could I need? He is so entertaining. I hope you enjoyed some of the fun that he and I have had.
Oh yeah, let me. Hex appears also in like a constellation format.
Hey, what's it do? Oh, hello, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. Hello. How are you? And he bows in deference.
The one time he's respectful.
He's respectful to her. She is mommy.
I love it. It's so cute.
It's like his summoning noise. You know how some creatures are summoned with like a
pop,
or like something. It's what's it to ya?
Every time he appears, it's a what's it to ya. That's so unfortunate.
It helps me get into voice.
I know, but it's so unfortunate. Imagine a secret mission where you're like, I need you. Hey,
what's it to ya?
Just so bad. Yeah, he appears, does a bow, and she like uses her nails to like give him like scritches on the top of the head. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as I say, I don't know if he normally enjoys being treated like a literal pet, but I'm gonna say he enjoys it when she does it at the very least.
No.
I will bonk you over to jail. But yeah, is there anywhere in the city that you have not gone or that like tickles your fancy that you would like to see with her? Or see by yourself and just make sure that she goes along with you, like a new place you want to explore or a place that you think she'll like that you'd want to take her?
I want to take her to that fancy restaurant.
Oh, Top of the Rift?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. I will say you're not 100% sure if you can consume things right now, but you could hang out.
Yeah, but it'd be.
It's a gorgeous view.
I'll keep that one in my head.
Okay, I was gonna say it's a gorgeous view. So like even now you guys could enjoy that. But if you want to enjoy a meal, cool.
That's what I meant.
Okay, cool. Okay. I feel like I need an 18+ stream with just you, Rach.
We need an OnlyFans. One day we'll do it.
Okay. It's just us role-playing NPCs and player characters.
Nasty.
You guys begin heading over. Takes a little while. It's quite a walk, but you guys have a good time exploring little bits of the city as you guys begin heading up there. You're able to go through other areas that are highly populated, and now that you're used to it, it's really fun watching people as constellations moving around. It's just a really interesting experience. It's like watching the night sky dancing all around you. So as you continue to get to the top of the rift, which it takes a while because it's literally at the tippity top of the city, and it is like the front end of a ship where it is what's hitting the waves first, but in this case the clouds. So as you get to this very tall building that is made of star metal only on the corners, everything else is glass. You've been climbing up a magical elevator, a lift that just slowly brings you guys up to the top. You're able to see as the clouds just start parting around the city, and in those breaks, you're able to see Vagari overhead. It's during daytime hours still, like Sunday. It's a Sunday, so it is bright and beautiful out. Everything down below looks gorgeous. You're able to see oceans and mountains as they start moving by, and you're able to get to the top of this lounge / high-end restaurant. And mainly the big selling point, the food is really good here too, but the selling point is the views. So without anyone to really disturb you guys, as no one seems to be paying attention to you, you're able to spend as much time just looking out the windows, getting up against the windows, sitting on a table, and just like looking out without like people around you paying you any attention.
Oh, that's new. I'm not used to that.
Being ignored as the angel gem?
Not being ignored, being unnoticed.
How are you feeling about that?
Uncomfortable. But it's okay, because the only notice that I require is that of Vivian.
You notice
my second favorite girl name, by the way.
All right, so you have 2 more pet names that you can have for when you have another pair of mice, I guess it was, that you have.
Yeah. That's the only like rotating pets I have. That sounds really...
Yeah, rotating is not probably the correct term.
They don't live that long. It's unfortunate.
I do know that, but calling them rotating pets is probably not the way you want to talk about.
Well, they do spin in their wheel.
Right.
That's what I meant. Why are you so dark? Comes with the territory of dungeon mastering.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, you guys are able to like hop from like a table to table. Every once in a while, you see that you seem to affect the real world a little bit. Like if you hop to a table and someone's like eating a soup or something, you watch the bowl just shake a little bit, and that like constellation form of a person goes and like grabs the bowl to stop it from like fully falling.
Vin- Vi- Vinny, you are tempting me way too much. uh, Stop it with the glass. I can't.
My anime mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a like an emote with that.
God,
On
the glowing
yeah,
glasses.
when you do something clever or naughty.
That's what Vincent's derogatory is for.
True.
Uh, but yeah, you guys are able to have a fun day in the city. If there's anything in particular you want to make sure to do or interactions you want to have with her, because right now she's just enjoying the kind of flight of fancy that you guys are having throughout the city.
Yes. So I want to talk to her and tell her about how Sin has joined the group. I'm sure I've spoken about him before, obviously because he brings her all of her hors d'oeuvres
Her
whenever we're spending time together.
her choice foods, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um, and he, while he has a wonderful heart and is very much wanting to make sure that everyone is taken care of, which is nice. And while something I'm used to, it is nice to have someone among our group of that ilk. Um, I'm sure he uh it has been difficult, I can't lie. I just sometimes I struggle to feel like I relate well with the rest of our group, I suppose. Sometimes I feel like Kanitae doesn't like me because I called her dear one time or something like that, and she didn't like that. And I got the feeling like she just wasn't really interested in being friendly with the male persuasion, if I am saying that correctly. Uh, Asunar is very sweet, but also extremely loyal to Kanitae, which is a vibe that I get there, which of course I would never want to come between anybody in their friendships or relationships. It's um and then there's Ethel, who is the yin to my yang for real. I can't really describe it any other way. Um Although I hope that we find our kind of mix in the same way that the yin and yang symbol has the dark dot in the light and the light dot in the dark. Um, we did kind of butt heads the other day, and that was, while somewhat awkward, also very satisfying, if I'm not going to lie. Of course, I would never lie to you, but um, because it felt like we had a connection, which is very strange because we connected over her hurting my feelings. Does this sound crazy? I'm sorry.
How badly did she hurt your feelings? Is it something I have to worry about?
Oh no, it wasn't anything like that. It's more like you know how I kind of have this tendency to take control of situations, and she sort of intervened, and it left me feeling as though I had some egg on my face, which is not something I'm not used to, but uh, it wasn't comfortable.
Well, I mean, like the yin and yang, it is more likely that you're both gonna have a little more of each other if you keep circling each other. So probably expect to butt heads 2 more times before you guys get better at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely worth interacting more. And it's not that I don't plan to continue to interact with them. And um, it's just, it's nice to have Sin around because it does sometimes feel like I don't really fit in.
He sounds like a sweetie,
He is.
and he always gets my food right. And she gives a nod of like appreciation.
Yes.
Oh,
Same here.
but the
I
others
agree with that.
do need you. It sounds like Ethel's the only one who can always handle a weird conversation real well. So you're gonna have to probably help them out a little more with those, and you need to keep Ethel safe anyways. Ethel's got plenty to deal with on her own. Keep her safe too, and like pokes you on the nose. Just because you're fighting doesn't mean, or not fighting, just because you guys have disagreements.
And it's not so much that I just I don't really know if they would have my back in the right situation, and that worries me.
That's what Cinn's for. That's what I'm for.
Yeah.
But I want them to have your back. Tell them.
That just that's not a very temerity kind of thing to do.
Hey, you just said that you and her made you step into each other's comfort, out of each other's comfort zones. Maybe you got to step out of it.
I don't know. I might have to think about it a little longer. It still makes me uncomfortable.
Well, if they don't protect you when you're in danger next time, I will make sure they regret it.
I'm sure you would.
Oh, I will.
Luckily, I haven't really been in danger yet. Not very much, at least. I tend to keep myself out of those situations. On a lighter note, so I know I have I've made brief mention of my family. My mom knows that we're married now.
Oh, is that a good thing?
Yeah, yes, of course, of course, of course. I would never want to keep our relationship a secret. I just had not really spoken to her in a very long time. And, she was asking how I'm doing, of course, always comparing me to my siblings. But, of course, I was going to brag about you at the first opportunity that I had, although it was just strange. Of course, I was on one of those magical call things, and father was in the background and very confused. The rather whirlwind nature of our romance has not made it easy as far as keeping the family updated. Not that I care that much about keeping them updated.
No, I mean, telling them's good, but are they gonna like me? Like you see, like for a moment, there's like a nervousness.
Oh, of course. What is there not to like?
Sometimes parents just don't like people their kids are dating.
Well, then I still don't see an issue because I could just disown them.
Okay, fair.
You're much more important to me.
At that, she wraps your arm around her.
Hmm. Speaking of romantic related news, I'll share the information that I learned about Trine having a crush on Kanitae. Um, of course, this is all in confidence, my dear. Not that I think that you would go around telling anybody, but
I mean,
I share everything with you.
I haven't talked to them yet, so I don't think you have to worry about me ruining whatever surprises in for there. Although if we have like brunch with them or something, I might oogle a little bit. So
That's a
yeah,
fantastic idea. Although I have to admit, the look on Kanatae's face anytime something about you comes up is so priceless. I don't know if I want to give that up.
that's fair. I could disguise myself, just like person. I could probably be Bree. Oh, should I just describe myself as Bree and we all just go out to, like, eat or something?
That would be positively diabolical.
Just Nova being like, no. Oh, okay, so we could have a double date, but not a double date. I don't know how that would work. We could figure it out. It'd be fine. It
You'd
would.
have to be careful to skirt the terms of our agreement, Missy.
She just raises an eyebrow at you. If we're gonna talk about agreements, how's Ederic?
I don't understand the question. I make fun of him at every turn. It's truly comical.
I
He
heard
gets so upset whenever I'm around.
I heard about your private time with Vito. And
Oh, absolutely work related, of course. We have gotten some really important information towards our case from that one.
why was Ederic's face involved?
Well, um, that's a fabulous question. I promise you, my dear, it has nothing to do with any sort of feeling in that way. Not at all. Of course, as soon as he started crossing the boundaries of my profession, we cut off that relationship. But to consider I suppose the spice of pretending to be someone that you know someone is not in a positive standing with. I don't know how to keep this not 18 plus for stream. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying.
It's fine. I know where you're going. I smell what you're stepping in. It's fine. Yeah. We can circumvent. It can be 18 plus. 18 plus stuff is fine. We just can't get graphic-y.
We were hate fucking.
There we go. Oh, okay.
It was kinky.
You explain it like that, and she's just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Gives you another kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the little bit of tension that you felt from like that conversational moment just like vanishes. Once you're just like, "Oh, it's just because of this."
Rachel had a little sweat drop, I'm not gonna lie. But she took it in the completely opposite direction of what I was worried about, so that's good. Maybe I shouldn't have said that to you. Stop writing things down. Stop that. I don't like it when you look down like that.
It's my phone. I check my phone to check time.
Check your screen like everyone else.
Oh. Yeah, there is a clock on my... Yeah, knowing that would have been smart. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So...
Oh! One more thing. Sorry. I hope this is what you intended from this interaction, or not clinging to this too long. I think they're going to crown me with Angel Gems soon, and I'm so excited.
Oh? Sabinette's finally giving the crown out, finally?
Yes, she had said that on, what was it, the last day of the
Basically,
Discovery Days?
Yeah, the same day as the ball, basically.
So on the day of the ball, she was going to be announcing the Angel Gem. And quite frankly, I mean, I've been around the entire club, and there's nobody else that even comes close to the amount of work that I do around there.
I agree. No, from what I see too, you're the best choice. Not that
Sorry, I'm just trying to justify to myself a little nerves
trying
there
to
for once.
Really push it onto the DM to make sure you get your gem. No.
This will destroy me as a character. Hello, my name is Temerity Serechor, and if I do not get Angel Gem tomorrow, I will have a tantrum. I will jump off Wishfall.
I'm excited for both of those prospects. Okay, I'm so curious as to what will
And do a
happen.
flip.
Nice. I believe in you. She sits in your lap and says, "You're obviously the best choice."
Hmm. Yes, I'm very excited. I have an apprentice now, which is also a very good sign. Um,
Yep, Bucky, right?
mhm.
So cute. Very
Isn't
excited.
she so cute? I love her. She uses her magic so she can get up on the pole. It's adorable.
It's fantastic. I love it. It's nice to have a little more unexpectedness come from there, and Bucky was unexpected.
Certainly. I feel like the main draw of the chalice is the wide variety, and she could certainly put those strong haunches to good use. But all that
Haunches.
matters is the passion, and she has it.
I know who she's learning that from.
Hmm. You know, you can't keep me away from the dance floor.
Uh, well, I probably can't. What did you just react to, Nova? Okay. um, Eventually, she drags you off and says, "Well, we can't leave you too far from your body too long, or else, well, we're just not going to leave you out too long." And starts bringing you back towards your sleeping body at the Jeweled Chalice, where your body was deposited by your friends, safely, securely.
Does that mean you're leaving?
Oh no, we're just going back there so we can lock the door.
Why did I underestimate you?
And unless there's anything else you'd like to do with her, we will fade to black. What you do to her. Yes, I said do.
And if you're interested in that, subscribe to the OnlyFans we haven't made yet.
I'll do it. I'm down. When you're at work late at night and you got nothing to do but sitting around, me and you can just go off role playing for other people's amusement. It's fine. I don't care.
Bro, tonight I'll be working third.
Jesus.
12 p.m. to 8 a.m. Let's go.
Or, Twitter hasn't blocked any NSFW stuff yet, so you can just do it there.
True.
It's a long string of tweets.
Still, yeah, just back
Part
and
1,
forth.
Part 2, Part 3.
I'll make an account for your wife, and we can just back and forth the whole thing.
Oh, we'd have to make accounts for everyone where, like Ethel could be like, this is highly inappropriate. What would your future employers think?
I kind of want this, but that's fair. Cool. Alright. We will wrap up Temerity section there. Rachel, I don't know if you want to hop off so you can actually get some sleep.
I think I will, just so that I can, wash my body and
You do
be
stuff.
ready
We're
for
going to
that
take
12 to 8.
a quick moment break so then I can switch some things up so that way me and Nova can have everything set up and good to go for our stuff. So we'll be right back in just a mo.
5e monk class things just by typing in crazy gun monk in Google.
That sounds
Not surprising.
That sounds super correct. Yeah, Kensai
Yeah,
monks with guns are really
Technically speaking, thanks to Tasha's, gun monk can officially be a thing.
It is. I made a bunch. It was great.
Oh my god.
It was really fun.
I hate this!
Oh, they were great.
Next to Arc, Crazy Gun Monks. Party
Yes.
name.
Yeah, sure. I'll recommend that to the Dark Arc people. Right.
Do
you guys want to go get tattoos?
Fuck this.
Yes, tattoos. And
I would
then
like a
maybe
tattoo, Papa.
Stab me, daddy.
You didn't like that, Connie? I mean, Mel.
I got worse. It got worse when
when Nova talked.
Yes.
Yeah, I do that. I'm sorry.
Probably the least liked. things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street. And Onolov explained it as, if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen.
Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back!
I put it back!
I mean, when you take it out because you are shrunk, you feel like whatever it was attached to on the inside it snaps away from. So, like, it's like pulling out a weed. So, like, you can put it back on top, but it's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna be in the ground again, so to speak.
We definitely just killed this guy. Like, killed this guy. Oh, fuck.
Smartass.
That doesn't count
know
as a
it, but,
solution,
like, here, this is got multiple.
is it? Is it?
This is such a problem tonight. Fuck. Anyway, the problem is it's because Ken keeps talking.
I guess I'll just shut the fuck up.
I guess I'll
Just do like your Bliss voice for Kid instead or something. Just use a different
No,
voice.
it's fine. It's fine.
Which Bliss voice is the question?
Is one of them Southern?
No.
And hang out and have some family time crossover. Yeah, you're
Yep,
able to...
I mean, might as well teach them how to do it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to know how to make a healing potion.
Yep.
And remember, a family that heals together feels together.
Family that fights together might die together.
This is also potentially true.
Regardless, someone's gonna take a knee.
As you guys get to spend some time as halflings, we can run through large creatures. I'm going to run between its legs and try to get his attention over here and say, "Hey, you're gonna stop that now."
Its head does turn towards you, and the eyes light up again to blast, but as you come around and confront it in that way, there is a delay in the moment, and it gives Ave a moment to act before that fires off.
First of all, the Ivory Queen has some ways to get us out of the city. From here, that might be easier to get to than the greenhouse, especially considering how far the greenhouse is from us, and the fact that we neglected to remember that the city sells watermelon that lets you see through invisibility and disguise self. So...
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's magical fruit. It's kind of normal now, so I kind of forgot to think about it. But there's magic fruit that makes you do all wonder of things. It's really, really fun. But one of those is see basically into the ethereal plane.
I can't fucking wait to leave this place. What the fuck is this fucking hellscape?
But it's so
where
interesting.
You've got weird ass magic fruit. No,
Funny
you're good.
It's funny as shit.
It hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go do your thing.
Fair.
Is the pale visage?
Shh, go read it.
That looked pretty wild. I liked it. I think there's a reason that he made it so we couldn't buy it even with our combined wealth.
Is it alright? Me?
Hmm?
Is it alright if I read it out loud, the description?
Hell yeah.
Okay. With a spiderweb crack on the center forehead gilded with star metal, this pure white mask is made of a singular white drag. Vincent!
Vinny? A
singular white dragon scale. Peering through the mask, you see the world in odd hues and shades. You gain +2 to your AC and intimidation skill when attuned.
Dude!
I really want like pixie form of like Eldritch Blast.
That's not me though.
Alright, Mickey Mouse.
Mask that you got, the pale visage. I did update that.
Cool.
So I'm gonna send you the updated version.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
The mask called the pale visage that Lyra found so far back.
Great!
So
Just great.
All I had it marked down as, I don't think it had a name as far as I knew. I knew it was a white scaled mask that when I wore it, it
Yeah,
allowed
it's
me
a
to do
dragon
full
scale
grip.
mask. Yep.
But it would
Yeah.
allow, I could feel something looking through the mask with me, so I didn't use it that often.
That really sounds like Tiamat.
It really does
right
now.
there.
Yeah.
You
Fuck
are
Tiamat.
so Tiamat
Vinny?
to look through your eyes.
Yeah.
Vinny. Vinny, look at me. Look at me, Vinny. Go fuck yourself.
We haven't even started playing yet.
I'm having some emotions.
All the live long.
Sid gets a sending message and just hears in their minds.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Here's,
Oh fuck.
here's, Mama, I haven't failed you yet. Much improved. Where the hell have you been? Miss you. Fuck 'em up.
I will say you don't get that message. Ka-chow.
Absolutely not. Never do that again.
I already did it. Doesn't matter. Hi guys, we're back. Now we are going to check out Asunar's story for the time that she was absent. You can see strong girl art right here. Look at this fabulous hunk of meat. Look at those abs. Okay, Kabuki Kid, you did a very good job. Too good. Alright. Asunar, you hear Kusana share the names and double check pronunciations one more time. We have Lythra and Aaron, I believe is how they are pronounced.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Aaron. It's like Aaron, but with an A.
And as you do, you immediately storm out, leaving Ethel, Temerity, and Cinn by themselves in the Brazen Ballroom. As you walk out the front door, you run into the two people that you were just getting a little huffy about, holding hands, walking in for their appointment to check out their ballroom. There's like a momentary like of oh excuse me, and then like there's a look of recognition of like actual like remembering who you are. Lythra saw you earlier in the week or earlier in the 10-day, knows who you are. Aaron, I don't believe you've run into since they've been since they've been up here. And immediately seeing you goes, Una? Is that you?
Una is I'm just like stunned into silence, being like, she just books it. She just runs.
Okay. They are left there, probably both a little dumbfounded. Even Lythra probably is a little. Okay. They go inside and have their appointment. You run off. You have all of Wishfall to run off to as the others are doing their own thing. Where would you like to go? There is the Oversky, there's the Undercity, there is all of the normal parts of Wishfall. Anywhere you want to go in particular to go vent this out or just think?
She's probably gonna make her way to one of the underground entrances because she knows that they probably wouldn't follow her there.
That's accurate, because, I mean, especially if you're going to use the secret entrances that, like, very few people know about, there's a real low likelihood that either of them know about it. They've only been up here a month, if that. Yeah, you're, especially around the commons where you guys explored, you know the ones in the one in the commons?
Yes, the bathroom.
Yep. You go in, you flush, you get yourself, whisked away down underneath, and as you get under there, you can't super read the signs as much, or listen, you don't need no thieves can't, right?
No.
No. So you can't super read the signs. You were explained the few of them before, so you know where a few of them are. But there are people down here, so you're always welcome to try talking to somebody to figure a way around, or what is it you're looking for? What are you trying to do down here?
Right now, she's no longer running, but she's just walking because she's just like, I don't know where I'm going, but I don't want to go back.
That is fair. What is your... Actually, never mind. I have your stats here. Ha 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 ha.
Oh no.
I don't need you to tell me things. I can look them up. Yeah, you begin just randomly walking around. And there's a lot of places down here. So roll me a d8. We're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll me a d6 actually. We're just gonna see like what the first place you stumble across is.
2.
Oh, that's fun. In your random wanderings, you know a few of the places. Like you're able to find the black market. So if there was like a random thing you wanted to pick up, you could always head there. You know where some of the shops are. Because Lysander showed you where they were. You end up going like way past where those shops were and wind up in the best way that can be described is an underground like a monastery or martial arts studio of some sort. It seems pretty refined from what you can tell. You do hear some crazy noises coming from inside. Some of it's cheering. You're hearing gunfire. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Really bring the monks with guns
Crazy
into
gun
this.
monks.
Crazy gun monks. Crazy gun monks!
Nope, that was... They already existed. I'm just very happy that you randomly ran into them.
I know they already existed, but...
Gun monks.
I forgot they were a thing!
Yeah, you're hearing a mixture. There seems to be 2 floors. When you like walk in, up top you're hearing gunfire, which like it seems to be casual because no one's running away from it. And then underneath you seem to be hearing the cheering, coming from other people. Well,
Okay. I'm gonna go to the first level away from the gunfire.
okay. So you take the descending staircase downwards. What languages do you know? Because there is a chance you might know one of the ones that are written down here. I know you don't know a bunch, but...
I only know Common and Orc, which seems wrong.
We will...
I feel like I know Elvish as well because of ancestry stuff.
That seems right as well.
Yeah.
You're welcome to change that because I think that probably because you can't really make a Drorc background, so they probably don't have a way for you to add that language. But if you can add an additional language, I'm fine with that being a thing because you are part elf.
Yeah.
It is not in either any of those languages as you're going down. So you're not able to see what like the entrance sign says. But as you get down, there is a familiar scent of sweat and the metallic scent of blood as you get down there. Something that you're familiar, probably not of this quantity, because again, the gladiator rings you did were like they were performances more than just straight up, bloodbaths. This seems to be bloodbaths.
Oh boy.
As
Ooh.
you get in, there's a fair amount of people here. There's like a few dozen. A lot of people are just like on the side of like the slightly raised areas, either talking or cheering and jeering down into the center circular ring that's like about like 50 feet wide on each side. And you can see there are a couple individuals going at it with weapons. Someone with a pair of like daggers versus someone else with like a long glaive are taking turns going at each other. And it seems to be a pretty severe fight. There's some people who seem to be like taking bets or hedging bets. And one person is like near the ring, like refereeing it as close as possible. So you seem to be found your way to the fighting pit, or at least a fighting pit from the Undercity.
Sweet. All right. What?
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna join the fight. I have some anger I need to get out.
That is fair. As you are looking around, trying to figure out, as you begin looking around, you seem to find the couple people who are in charge. There is like a blonde-haired individual who seems to be taking the bets, but not necessarily in charge of the action going on. And then there is a hobgoblin, basically like big, like reddish skins, like dark maned individual who is like calling the fight as it's going on. Be like, you said no killing for this one. You said no killing. All right, they're down. They're down. They're down. All right, Delton's the winner. You hear a cheer go up as like a you watch this very large individual who was has a lot of dwarven features. You assume this person must be a fire giant or something until they start shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and then they're like the size up to your waist in height by the end of it. You see the person like raise the glaive in victory with a big grin, walks off to the side, hits the butt of the glaive against the person laying on the ground still. And that's what you get for making fun of my fucking brother, and just goes off and takes a seat. Some people clap him on the back, give him some drinks. You see another dwarf who they have the pale skin of like deep dwarves of Durgar dwarves, and the one that looks a lot like him, like same, like short, almost bald head, big, very decorated beard, comes and just like claps on them. And I was like, yeah, that's what you get for making fun of me. And they seem to have a good camaraderie in that circle. And the Victor Delton calls back to the Hobgoblin. All right, Namada, who's going up next? I need a good show after kicking the shit out of that little piece of crap. And Delton sits back in the chair, starts drinking, and Namada gets up and starts looking around. You know, looking for pride or money? Pride or money, Friday?
I step forwards.
All right, we got one. Are you looking for pride or money?
Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter. Right. Who's looking for a good fight? Roll an intimidation check. I'll give you advantage because you're like passively raging right now.
That's 24.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I got a 13 to then a 19.
Pretty solid. All right, cool. Some people, just from your energy, whatever cockiness they about to had for the fight, immediately they back off. You watch the little bit younger brother like elbow Delton and raise a warhammer and say, "I'm down for a fight of some pride if you're in for a good row."
Sure.
Right. Namada. Well, and the hobgoblin Namada just like gives a nod and says, "All right, Giron, I don't know if we want to call you the stone wall yet, since that's your brother. We'll say the rock wall, the pebble wall." You hear some people laugh and jeer, in a friendlier manner, and Giron just is like, "I'll show you at the end of this," and like just pulls the warhammer up to his shoulder, gives a nod towards you. Is there anything you want to say to him before the fight, or any prep that you want to get started before the actual fight takes place.
Nothing that I can think of right now.
That's fair. All right. Go ahead and roll initiative. We'll see who starts.
That's a 15.
He got a 6, so you get to start off the fight.
Awesome. I just fucking punch him in the face. Unarmed strike.
All right. Do it up.
That was a natural 20, and now I'm just emotional because of what the dice says.
It's cute.
I was told to take a picture. Okay. So that's a 27.
Yeah, 27 hits. Do you have anything that makes you roll a dice for your hits with
No, it's just a straight 5.
Okay. So then it'll be a +1 because your fist would double, so it would be 6 damage. He's about to say something like, by the grace of this temple, let's see how, and you just give him a punch in the face. Like, oh, well, we bare knuckling? Okay. Fuck. It's like, that's 1 punch. I think you have 2 at this point, or unless you got more wizard levels.
I got more wizards, so it's still just 1 action.
It's the one punch? Okay. 1 punch! Anyways,
shut the fuck up!
No. Alright. You watch as he kind of bangs on his own arm, and you watch a couple runes light up on his actual skin, and he begins growing in size, similar to his brother. It doesn't get as big. He gets to large, which is like still like slightly taller than you, but gets pretty tall, and then is going to throw a punch at you. Rolls a nat 1. Okay.
Sidestep.
Yep. You. Because he doesn't like that, he's going to use his action surge and do 1 more punch. Okay, that one hits with a 23, I assume?
Yep.
Okay, you take a whole 4 + 1, 5 damage.
Not bad, not bad.
You see him doing like the boxer stance that requires being a lot more light. So instead, it's just going thunk, 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 as every time he's like doing a little shuffle. Yeah, that's all he's gonna do for his turn. Yeah, you guys get into a punching match. It is your turn.
All right, I am going to rage as my bonus action, so that is yep, my storm aura is active. I don't need to roll until it's
I think at the beginning of their turn, they take damage.
yeah, the beginning of their term, they have to roll a dex save. Sorry, I just blanked because like I'm like I can read, then I suddenly couldn't read.
Nope, I feel that.
Okay. So I'm just gonna punch again.
That's fair. Punching works.
Alright, that is a 19.
19 hits. Oh, what
Alright,
is your AC, by the way? So I know.
16.
Oh, okay. You both have the same AC, so this makes things a lot easier. It's just whoever rolls better. Yeah. You 100% hit, which is another 5 damage, right?
Yep.
Alright. You watch this runic giant shape of his seems to do something similar to your rage, and he also it absorbs some of the damage that you would have taken as well. So you both just became a lot more durable in this in this one moment. Thing is, he does not have your crazy aura, which is a whole separate thing. Do you have anything else that you want to do on your turn? That's bonus action and action, I believe.
Nope, I only have that. I can't do my other bonus actions because I am in a rage.
That's fair. Alright, go ahead and roll damage, because he rolled an 11, so he definitely failed, I assume.
Yep, so that is... Damn it, only one. One whole damage. Lightning damage.
One lightning. Got it. Right, you begin sending out this lightning aura, a little bit of shock runs over to him as well. Boom, boom, boom. Cool, yeah, this has just become a straight up fist fight. Probably not do the entire thing, but we'll see like who starts getting low quick. See if he hits. He rolled a 13. Does not hit, so he goes to take one punch at you. Completely misses. That is. He wrote, yeah, he used his other thing to do that. Yep, nope. Your turn.
Alright, so I'm... Feels too soon to do this, but I'm gonna take up my trident and take a swing.
Alright, yeah, go ahead. You twirl it around. Give a good stand.
Okay, that is a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, and that's 8 damage. That is piercing.
Is your trident magical? Is it a magic weapon or just a normal trident?
I think it's normal as far as I remember.
Okay. I didn't know if you bought a magical weapon or anything, or...
Oh, I did, but I didn't add it. No, I got this one doing a thing. I think.
Did you buy a magic trident during downtime?
Let's just skip over that for now.
Okay.
Let's skip over that for now. I have no memory.
Okay. I also don't remember, which is why I was double checking. It's not a hard thing to do. That's why I just wanted to double check. But yeah, you 100% run through with the trident. Was not expecting the weapon to come out. It's like, hey, okay, fucking fine. Pulls the warhammer that he like dropped on the ground after you like punched him in the face a few moments ago, and is going to give a swing at you now. Oh, it makes a dexterity save. Fails the dexterity save. So if you want to roll damage for lightning.
That's another one.
He does roll a 24 to hit you.
That hits.
So now roll the 1 on damage. So he just did about as good as his fist, so it does 5 damage, which reduces down to 2 damage to you. And because you hurt him so bad, he's gonna use his second wind to try to heal a bit. And now it's your turn.
Alright, so again, that is another 25.
Yeah, 25 hits.
Alright, and that is 5 damage.
Did you roll 1 on damage as well?
Yep, again.
Nice. So 5 reduced to 2. If you want to roll damage for your lightning.
3.
3. Alright. Doesn't reduce that, so he automatically takes that 3 damage. Yeah, having that second thing does help you, because it makes it beat him no matter what. Roll a nat 1 on his strike again. Okay? He goes to bring the hammer down on you, and you just like sidestep or use your trident to knock it out of the way, which is fun because he's like quite a bit bigger than you, like only slightly bigger than you right now. So that comes down. You're able to use the trident to just knock it away. It's your turn again.
Okay. Oh, that's only a 17.
17.
But that does make it because you said 16.
Yep,
okay.
Same AC as you, so 17.
Alright, so that's 8 damage, and then for the lightning that is 6.
Do you know what your save is for that? Because he did roll
14.
He rolled a 15 this time, so this time he actually saved.
So 3.
Okay. So your lightning aura is still chucking this big old body in front of you. Rolled a 20 total to hit, so that should hit, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Warhammer. 7 damage, brought down to 3. Right, he gets you one more hit. Your turn.
Alright, that is a 21.
Yep.
And that's 10 damage for piercing. And 3 for lightning.
Alright, does fail the save, so it takes all the lightning damage, so that one hurts quite a bit. You watch him back up this turn a bit, and begin muttering some type of incantation, and you watch, kind of like his brother did beforehand, he grows even larger, to one more size bigger. Unfortunately, he can't attack this round, because it uses his action to do that. But it is your turn now.
Alright, was he out of my 10-foot aura or no?
Oh no, sorry. That was just flavor, where he like backed up enough to like cast a spell before getting back in. He did not leave your range.
Okay. So I'm gonna swing again. That is a 22.
That hits.
And that is 9 piercing and 6 lightning.
Fails the dexterity save, so 9 piercing down to 4 and 6 lightning.
See?
Yeah, no, you're hurting him pretty good with your 2 things. But now he does extra damage in this mode. So he's gonna try to swing down on you and see if he can hurt. Roll the 7, 14. Nope. Even bigger. You're even quicker now comparatively. So he swings down and you're still able to get out of the way. People are cheering and having a good time in the crowd because you are using your performative capabilities to just like dance around was basically like a fire giant like coming down onto you with a hammer. How's Asunar?
Nice.
How's Asunar feeling right now?
I'm only down by 10 hit points, so I'm pretty good.
All right. How's Asunar feeling like mentally?
I think she's just kind of seeing red right now. Probably has never been this mad before.
That is fair. Yeah, so you're still like just seething with it. It is your go.
Okay, I'm swinging again. That is a nat 1.
Had to happen at some point. Yeah,
Yep.
all right. You do swing and somehow like catches your trident with his warhammer and just laughs in your face in like a haha I got you back type of way, but to you it might be more of like haha fuck you in that moment. Just a reminder, you do have the ability to recklessly attack if you decide you want to.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your turn when you start attacking. So next round, if you decide you want to, let me know.
Okay.
Can you roll your lightning damage then?
My lightning is 4.
Okay, he rolled a 6 for the save, so that fails. Yeah, he's not looking like dead yet, but he's like compared to what you've taken, he looks really hurt. Rolls a 23 to hit, so that's gonna hit. That is 12 damage from that swing. Reduced down to 6 for you. Yeah, oh, so how much are you at out of how much?
57 out of 73.
Okay. He's at 27 out of 65. So, yeah, you have a sizable lead right now. So let's just play this till the end, because there's a good chance you're going to finish him off first. It is your turn now.
Alright. That's only a 12.
12 does not hit, which is good for
and
him.
my lightning is a 6.
6 rolls a 13. Your save was a 15?
14.
14?
14.
Okay. So it takes the 6 damage. Yeah, that lightning is what's really hurting him right now. He can't reduce it. Alright. He's going to... Yeah, he's going to swing at you again. 17 to hit. 13 damage, reduced down to 6.
Okay. I'm still doing okay.
Right.
And that's another 25 to hit, so...
Yep.
6 piercing and 1 lightning.
Spheres. Damage. Starting to look pretty hurt now. He is gonna take a swing. That is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
Wow, rolled really bad on damage. 9 damage. Reduced down to 4. That's all he's gonna do. He's gonna take another swing at you. He still seems to be having a good time with it. Again, he doesn't know you're here to just straight up kill a person. He's just like, yeah, this is a good fight. It is your turn.
Alright, that is a 21.
21 hits.
Alright, so 6 and 6.
Alright. He did save this time, so he's only going to take 6 damage total. His turn. Oof. And he rolled a 12 to hit, so he just whiffs.
Wing and a miss.
Yeah, completely misses you. Right back to you.
Alright, that's another 21.
Yep.
So 10 and 3.
10 and just overall. Ooh. Barely hanging on. Alright, he's gonna hope for one more strike rolls on that one. Okay. Yeah, looks so tired now after like the back and forth that you two have. The enlarge drops, so now he's just like a bit of a giant compared to you, and goes for like a tired swing towards like your head, and you're able to just move out of the way one more time. Is your turn?
Ooh, that is a 26.
That hits.
6 damage, and then 5 for lightning.
Cool. So the 6 damage takes the rest of his hit points, reduces him to 0. And then your the lightning damage takes away a death save. So you watch him fall back, shrink back to normal form. People are cheering and hooting and hollering at a well-won fight. Anything you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going for the kill.
Alright, roll me an attack with advantage.
Alright, that's 24.
Oh, yeah, that 100%.
Yeah, I just stab right down with the trident.
Right, you do that, and what little, like, breath that was going in and out just stops as you stab through. Where are you stabbing? Describe your kill.
I just go for a killing blow right in the chest. I just am so mad that I just scream and slam my trident down.
Alright, you stab your trident down into the chest. You pierce what little armor he has that's been, like, growing and compacting with him. So, like, as he breathes outwards, you're able to, like, pierce through the chainmail. It goes right through. And, like, as you stab in, all the movement from him stops, and a lot of the movement around you stops as well. What is Asunar's first reaction to, like, the stab and, like, the quiet and the silence around her?
She's still in a bit of a tunnel vision, and she kind of just slowly falls to her knees, still holding onto the trident. And then she just starts, like, hysterically sobbing, just from a bunch of other different emotions right now. Like, she's so mad, and now it's turning into she's so mad, and she's just like, why the fuck did I just do this?
As you do that, there is you're not sure if there's a quiet from the area, or if you're just hearing it, or if, like, the blood pumping to your head is just making everything else quiet from just, like, the do do do. But, like, eventually enough of it subsides where you're hearing some screaming, and you're just hearing, "I'll fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you." And you see Delton, the person who is bloodied, has his glaive, who, like, was the one just fighting beforehand, and he looks rough. He looks incredibly rough of the fight that he just had. Is being, like, held back by 3 or 4 people who are just, like, being like, "No, Delton, no, he fought. This was," and, like, they're trying to keep him restrained. And he's like, he's losing the fight to, like, get to you. But he, like, like, you can hear, like, there are death threats going. It's, like, pretty quiet in the right now. I don't know how conscious Asunar is of this whole situation.
Oh boy. I myself, not Asunar, is trying to make a decision right now of whether I continue fighting or not.
That is fair.
Asunar stands up, takes the trident from the body, and just says, "Bring it on, little man."
Hey, give me a second.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I had a character sheet for this just in case. Where is he? Cool. All right. He was hurt very badly. So down. Yeah, that seems about fair. Okay. He gets his glaive on the other side of everybody else, and as he's enlarging, pushes the glaive back onto them to push them away, and then without his weapon, jumps into the pit and just starts strolling up towards you as he's enlarging. As angry, if not angrier than you are right now. Roll initiative again. We're gonna see who goes first.
That was another nat 20, so 22?
Okay, I know you definitely go first. He rolled real bad.
Okay, would you say I'm still in my first rage, or should I go into a second one?
We can say you're still in your first one. It feels
Okay.
like you've been in a persistent rage.
Okay. Okay, I thought I still had to keep, like, getting hit to stay in.
I feel like you have enough emotional damage going on that we'll let it.
Okay,
We'll let it roll.
Okay, I thought it just had to be physical damage, but
It does.
emotional
It does.
damage.
It does, but it doesn't change a lot of this by letting you continue your rage. So I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay.
You're raging. Right. You'll move.
Okay.
It's time to do.
Alright, so I'm sticking with my trident. Oh, I am starting off bad with a natural 1, so I'm just gonna roll lightning damage.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Alright. 6 lightning. Alright. Definitely takes all of that. Right. His bonus action, he's going to do second wind and heal. So 6. Alright, cool. Heals himself, and he is going to come in with his fists and try to punch you. 20 total hits.
Yes, sir?
And 17 also hits, right?
Yes.
17 damage halved to 8 for you from 2 punches. Just like they're wild. There's not a like an exactness behind them. He's just trying to hit you. Yeah, he takes 2 punches at you, getting into the ring. It is your turn. Oh wait, no, he's a higher level. Technically, you take 1 extra damage on top of that, so 9 damage. Your turn.
Alright, I just threw my phone, but it's fine. Oh no, I dropped it while I was trying to hit the damage button, but...
Okay.
Alright, that is a 22.
22 hits.
Alright, so for piercing, that is 6, and for lightning, that is 3.
What is his dexterity saves? Bad. Roll 10, so 3, so 6 total. Alright, cool. Yeah, you're able to give him a hit with the trident, stab into him. Also, the lightning current goes through. Doesn't seem like they've had a way to deal with that, which is good on you. He's going to come back around with 2 more punches on you. That's a 20 and a 25.
Full hit.
Okay. That was a really good roll. Total. I leave to take a nap. Yeah, no, this is about to get real bad. He does 31 damage between his 2 punches, which is half to 15. And he's as he's like punching you in your face, or a little higher. He's taller. He was a bigger brother, and he's also enlarged now. He's just saying, he was like, "Kid, why the fuck were you killing a kid?" And is just trying to punch you, like knock you straight out right now.
And now you make me feel bad. That's okay. I brought it upon myself. Alright. Again with the trident, that is a 24.
24 hits.
Alright, and that is 10 piercing and 5 lightning.
Okay, yeah. Fails the save, so 10 piercing reduced to 5, and 10 damage. Yeah, you're hurting him pretty bad too. Like, I'm sure that last hit rocked you a bit, but his hits are no joke right now either. Fighters and barbarians, man, they're deadly in punching fights. Alright, he's gonna take 2 more swings at your face. 22 hits. 24 hits. Rolled bad this time, so it does 21 damage, which reduces down to 10. And when you don't...
I'm also not doing so hot.
Okay.
But
he doesn't say anything this time. When you don't respond or anything, he just gives up on talking and is just going for the punches. What are you at, out of curiosity?
13 out of 73.
Okay. He's at 19 right now, so this is still very even, very close and a pretty even fight. So let's see what happens. Because he's a higher level, he does get 2 attacks, which is what his big advantage is. So it's your turn. Decide what it is you want to do, if anything.
I'm gonna swing again.
Alright.
Okay, that's another natural 20 for 27, so I forget, do I roll twice or just double the die?
Either one, whatever you want. So if you want to roll dice twice, go ahead.
Alright. 5, 7, so 12 piercing and 6 lightning.
Let's see if he doesn't. So how much was the lightning?
6.
The original 12 reduces to 6, and then the 6 stays, so that's 12 damage he takes. He's at 7 health, so he needs to miss one of these for you not to get your shit rocked. Alright, he has a +9 to hit. First one is a 14, you lucky son of a bitch. Second one is a 19, so that's going to hit. Does a total of 13 damage, which halves to 6.
I'm at 7.
He's also at 7, and it's your turn.
Okay, that is an 18.
18 hits. He has a 13 AC. So.
Oh boy. Okay, that's 8 piercing and 4 lightning.
And so that reduces to 4, and that's 4. Yep, no, you knock him out too. He from the combination of that, so like you hit and then technically it's his turn, but on his turn the lightning happens. So as he's getting ready to punch you one more time, lightning hits and he falls back on the ground, shrinks his own body. He's not dead, but he's on the ground. He's gonna make a death save. Roll the 9, so that's a fail. That's your turn.
I'm making another choice right now. Alright, my dice told me to kill him.
Roll me an attack with advantage. He's not going anywhere. You have what, like a +8 to attack, so.
+7, so that's 25.
Yeah. You hit. He fails the last 2 death saves. And yeah, you knock this other person flat on their ass, decimate them both. um, Roll me an intimidation check with advantage.
I'm being screamed at. That's a 19.
19. There is a solid fear in this crowd now. Like one of these two, at the very least, was a champion here, or at least like someone who like was like pretty dang good at this stuff. And you just totally murdered him. So like there's a quiet and like no one's really approaching or doing anything. Like there's people who are angry. Like you can see anger and other, or depending on how much you're paying attention to, but you have a really high passive perception. So like I'm gonna just say that you can see that there is anger and people like want to fight you, but they don't know how weak you are. So they're just like, do we try to beat her up and die, or like what do we like? There's a lot of people unsure of what they're doing right now. Roll me a perception check though.
That's an 18.
18. You went with Connie in here when she was disguised as her ex, right? To go to the Thieves'
Yes.
Cantina.
Yes.
You watch as a familiar looking old lady, this Asunar, just hops into the ring on one side and just slowly starts approaching you.
I look over, and I'm just ready if something is going to happen.
She's just walking like straight up to you. There's no stop, there's no slow down, there's like no hesitance. She's just walking straight up on you. Are you doing anything? Like she's gonna get like right within reach of you. Are you like fairly attacking anybody that comes within reach of you, or are you able to control yourself? Okay.
I'm able to control myself.
Okay. She attempts to grab you by your wrist and starts to pull you in a specific direction.
Alright, I drop my rage and I just let myself follow her.
Okay. She begins dragging you off. As the rage dies, other people, like some people, now seeing that you're like calmed down, a lot of people rush off and they're trying to help these two. Like from like, there's ways to keep people from dying. Maybe they've got somebody, maybe they don't, and they're trying to see if that can be a thing that they solve. But as that's going on, she begins leading you up the stairs that you came down to get here, and then she begins being you up the other set of stairs where you were hearing the gunfire. She walks you in. You see a lot of thematically dark is the best word for it, and it's not dark as in it's just like a lot of black. It's dark as in like it's like the darkest shades of green, the darkest shades of blue, the darkest shades of purple. Like it's colorful, but it's like if you mixed like half black, half whatever other color. Like tones are all very muted. No, not muted. Dark is the right word. And eventually you see that there are people going through the motions of martial arts sets. Some of them are with guns and sets, and you hear the guns go off, but you don't see them fire or hit anything. So like maybe they're using blanks or something for their actual practicing. But they're literally doing like gung fu, literally. So you're watching as some people
add that to the t-shirt list.
Hell yeah, gun fu. Some of them are in practicing doing that. You're seeing others are practicing like pressure points between each other. You see someone's like casting like a mage hand or like a thing of fire, and the other person like takes their wrist and just and you watch the magic drain from existence in that moment as they hit them. And there just seems to be like a bunch of practicing going back and forth between these individuals. Some people turn their heads as this lady is just continuously dragging. And she's small, especially compared to you. Like she was already like 5 foot, which was not great to begin with, but you are large.
And covered in blood.
Yeah. And she eventually brings you over to an area that smells like very heavily of an incense, and begins like pushing you down towards like this area that has like a few cushions or like a mat laid out. It seems to not be like fully secluded, but it seems to be like more sensory deprivation where it's just taking you away from being directly involved with other individuals. And as she does that, I need you to roll me an intelligence saving throw.
That's a 16.
Okay. You feel your eyes shut as you become. You don't understand things. You stop understanding logic as a whole. Words don't make sense for you anymore. The only directions you understand are the ones that she's physically shoving you. So as you slowly get putting down, you feel yourself slowly starting to drift off to sleep as she like puts you on this mat to lay fully down, and you are left to pass out. I think we're gonna leave it there. I'm very excited for Sunday now. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna leave you in an environment all by yourself that no one knows where you are, unconscious. Cool. Love this.
With 7 hit points left.
Yeah. Great. High quality. Love it. All right. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it for today's half session, guys. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully you had fun watching the mayhem that these two did with their side adventures. Hopefully we see them next week and no one's dead. We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. See you next Sunday.
Bye.